You know, it finds me all the time, and it doesn't expletive stop. Sometimes I'm even sick of it, but then I'm like, okay, I'm Ben Simmons, you know? Comes with being Ben Simmons right now. Even the other day, there's a clip of me airballing a shot at the park. Meanwhile, like 10 guys airballed multiple shots. How many airballs were there?
Right, like, really?
10 guys, multiple shots.
The best shooting team in the league.
Are you talking about the kids that were there? Anyways. So it's like people will find one clip and try to make that everything. Like, Ben can't do this or that. Come on, man. You think I'm just airballing every shot? It's not true. But it comes with it, and you got to have tough skin, and I realize that, but I can't take everything personally. It's social media. A lot there. It's a lot there. Bro, your reaction.
First of all, let me start here. You know I'm pulling for Ben Simmons.
Oh.
All right, because I rock with the Nets. All right, I'm pulling for Ben Simmons. But this quote is so disappointing on so many levels. First, the lack of self-awareness is just unbelievable. All right. If Kyrie and KD throw up an air ball, nobody's going to focus on it because they can shoot.
Sure.
All right. You can't shoot, and you're afraid to shoot. So when you shoot an air ball, of course we're going to be like, oh, he's still shooting air balls.
Can I just say, want to add to that, to your point, Brew? It wasn't actually the air ball. It was everything. It was the form and everything about it that made it so noteworthy. It was, I think the release was worse than the actual result. So go ahead.
He was trying to make that. Like that. Come on. That wasn't just throwing something up. Here's the second. Criticism finds me. That would be like Draymond today coming out and saying, man, you know what? All of a sudden, everybody thinks I'm violent. Yeah, all of a sudden, people are treating me like I'm a bully. Like, really? You think so? I mean, come on, Ben. Criticism finds you because you quit on LSU, because you quit on Philadelphia. You acted like Doc Rivers accused you of a heinous crime when all he said was, Doc had backed Ben all year to the point of sounding ridiculous. And then after they lose the series, he's just like, I don't know. I don't know if we can win with Ben. Because you know what? You don't know. We don't know if you can win with him as your point guard. And Ben just took that and it ruined his whole season. Then he goes to Brooklyn and doesn't play for him for whatever reason. So, Ben, own it. All right, own it. Just own. Look, I've made some mistakes. I get it. I'm a public figure. Criticism comes with me. People harp on it. Fine. But it will not stop me. That's what I want to hear from Ben Simmons, not this lack of self-awareness.
Now, what do you sound like when you aren't rooting for somebody?
Well, you know I bring tough love. I'm old school. I'm from a prior generation where we weren't as sensitive as you guys.
My generation before the last generation. Wild Tim's your guy.
I want to root for Ben. I want to root for Ben, and you ripped me for tweeting this. Yeah. You're like, don't tweet the video.
Well,
I'm like, what do you want me to do?
You're terrible at brand consistency. You're like, I'm going to be the Ja guy, and then you abandon him. You come on TV. In fact, you told me off there, you're like, you know what? Ben Simmons has no one in his corner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in Ben's corner. I was like, okay, Wildes, do it. And like 36 hours later, Wildes was like, LMAO, doofus.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was being honest. I said the shot has gotten worse. I wanted them to play It's All About the Benjamins when he comes out. I think that will get everybody behind Ben Simmons. Here's the thing. I don't care about the air ball. What I was shocked by was the odd form. You looked at it, and it looked like there was about 7 things wrong. There's a clip going around of the Redeem team, right? And this is the one viral clip going around. It's when everybody goes out to Vegas, and everybody comes home, and Kobe's got his weightlifting gloves on at 4:30 in the morning. He's going to go work out. And everyone's like, wow, this guy's different. And then everybody started to work out, and now people started to say, like, look at how good every guy's career got because of Kobe. It's just kind of it's a very inspiring clip. And I think that's what fans want to see from their heroes. It's like, man, there's dedication and there's work, and you got better and you achieved it. It's like a nice narrative, and the Ben Simmons story isn't necessarily on that
Listen,
path.
I don't think you finished the article because Friedel writes that was the best game of his Nets career, and that Ben at that very practice won a game of knockout. So what more do you want from the gentleman? Well, I don't know what more you want. So here's the thing. And this is where I want to take this. Because despite that 6-minute evisceration by these two fellas, both of them are considering picking the Nets to make the finals.
Well,
I know it. We haven't discussed it, but I know it's on the board. And it is so loony to me. It is so, the Celtics have been kind of dismissed as potential contenders because of what happened with their coach. Meanwhile, the Nets are still employing Steve Nash, and he's going to fix this. Steve Nash is going to get, guys, don't worry. Here, all right, so Steve, who are your top 3 guys? Well, Kevin Durant. What was his offseason like? Oh, he demanded I get fired. All right, what about your big addition? Ben Simmons. Well, he doesn't really shoot the basketball, but it's something that's good. What about Kyrie Irving? Well, he's going to play this year, and he's going to talk. Can I read you a Kyrie Irving quote? Oh. Yeah, I think Nash is going to be able to wrap his arms around this nice. Here's Kyrie Irving when asked about the social media criticism of Ben Simmons. I'm no child on the internet anymore. I grew up in the internet days. I think you can appreciate that of just when technology hit the boom, and we didn't expect that social media would take over the whole entire platform basis of where we get everything. He goes on, it's a one-place shop where you're legitimately taking your eyes shopping on whatever the algorithm throws your way. So if we think about it on that level, I think the nerds can appreciate that. Shout out nerds. How much that changes us all. Wait, there's a little bit more. Okay. We're going to get in some geopolitics here, fellas. Oh. For him, he's grown up in Australia. There's not much of a, I don't want to disrespect his upbringing. I don't know if there's a space where there's a melting pot full of diversity. You guys know Australia, that non-diverse place. And races coming together, talking about issues as politics. Again, this is a question about Ben Simmons airballing a shot. And it's just one world that you can honestly say that you feel. And not every country has shared that same freedom. So me telling him not only just F all of it, but you got to be able to deal with it. You got to be able to face it. I'm telling you here right now.
What?
I'm telling you here right now, that team is going to be rolling this year. You got Ben who won't shoot. Kyrie, who when he's not sharing Alex Jones clips is losing his mind on any given topic. And Durant, who demanded the coach and GM be fired for him to come back. So yeah.
Quickly, Nick.
Hey, by the way, my season tickets start in 4 days.
I will say this. The best team in the Eastern Conference on paper, without question, are the Brooklyn Nets. Yes! Without question. Yes! I'm making my pick Tuesday, so you don't know where I'm going. Yeah. And need I remind you of how close that series was with Boston?
Oh, my God.
It was the closest 4-game sweep in a long time.
We are back.
What was the total? 18 points?
Wildes.
4 games, 18 points? You're supposed to be with me, Wildes. What are you doing all this for?
Sweep? You want me on that corner?
We're back. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.